fight to
that was
establish
my
your rights as
that
a
was my
father.
first that was my firstborn. My other two, oh no, it ain't no taking me to court, none of that. It's oh no, I'm there. You're not gonna tell me otherwise.
I mean, they might allow that, but we're talking about in the eyes of the law and in legality sense, they both could literally do that to you if they wanted to. Like,
I know.
so again, you have to fight in the eyes of the law. I gotta reset that to establish your paternity. But again, what I'm talking about is someone having the desire to create a life with someone without having the desire to spend their life with that person. I'm not talking about the nuances of parenthood once it happens, because we could argue that all day long. Because again, there are a million cases out here in the world where a bunch of shit has happened. And for every time I can name something that happened, I'm pretty sure y'all can name something that happened. But we are talking about someone wanting to procreate, not ending up, not somehow the condom broke. We ain't talking about missing that plan B in the morning. We are talking about you wanting to, laying down and saying, yes, I want to make a baby with this person, but I can't see myself marrying them. Marriage is a lie. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I still stand 10 toes down that the idea of saying that I'm just laying down with this person has more to do with me procreating than me having sex and pleasure in that moment. That there's a good possibility that the pleasure is outweighing the fact that the child is going to be born. So in that circumstance, I'm never going to fall into that category. So I had no problems.
Yeah, but you keep negating the fact that this exists, and I'm telling you, as a woman who has had sex with a man, it exists. There are men, and in my experience, there are lots of men who have threatened me with children, men that I haven't even had sex with, who have said, "Man, I want to put a baby in you and sit you down. Somebody needs to sit you down."
That's
That
the
is something
that's
that men say for
that's the
real.
thing.
Like that's a thing.
That's the thing niggas say when they trying to trap you. That's a control aspect. That has nothing to do with that child.
Exactly, but people do that
But it's outside
again
of the
by saying that procreating with someone is more of a commitment than marrying them.
They definitely do, and I hate that. And I feel like we should be able to press charges for niggas saying I want to put a baby in you, because fuck you,
That is a
fuck you.
threat. Again, that is a threat to my safety
Like it's
for sure.
exactly, because I could die. You know what I'm saying? I can die during childbirth. I don't feel like I would ever love a
That
nigga
is
enough
definitely
to
almost a
put my
murder
life
threat. You
on
are
the
asking
line
me for my
to
life
bring
right
his
now.
baby into the world. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing, which is another reason why I would want to be married. Like I would put my life in danger for my husband, but I'm not putting my life in danger for no nigga or my boyfriend or no. I'm not
Because I
about to.
need you to know that if they come to that thing where they be like, is it you or you? We saving her, we saving the baby. I need you to think like Goya. I can make another baby. Because
Right.
my mama can't
Save
make another
me,
me.
nigga. The fuck?
My
Save
mama can't
me.
make another me. My mama gonna want me to wake up. She can have a shift. I'm sure she'll miss a grandbaby. You just met. You ain't even met that
Right. You
baby
don't even
yet.
know
You
that
talking about? You
baby.
don't even know them.
Right. You don't even know them.
You don't even know them. Who gonna rub your back like me? That baby ain't gonna rub your back like me. It's gonna take them a long time to get to that spot.
Hilarious.
I already know where it's at. Why would you even? You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's happening. If
What
a
do you mean?
guy
What does
says
that
that to
say?
you and you still lay down with him, then what does that say about you though? No bullshit. It could say a lot of things about that person. That person probably crazy as hell
I'll
too,
tell
because I
you
would
one
never.
thing. Who won't? This lady right here won't be laying down with not a
Okay,
damn
no, you
person.
threatened me and I'm pressing charges. You ain't just hear us say we should be able to send a nigga to jail. You think I'm laying
Yeah.
down with the nigga I'm trying to send to the clink? No, I'm
Right.
trying to send that nigga to the sky. I'm not trying to lay him down. No, you know what? No, that
At
was a
all.
terrible rebuttal. That was a terrible rebuttal. We talking about locking niggas up for this. Like, talking about
Shoot. Absolutely not.
laying down with him. I'm trying to send that nigga to lay down with Big Shirley. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. That's where he gonna lay.
well, shit. Then you're gonna have the first ever case in life where I'm gonna take a woman to court and sue her for all the financial needs that she tried to require of me because she told me she was on Plan B and everything else and said, "Oh, I'm good. She's not gonna get pregnant." And then when she get pregnant, goes, "Oh, guess what? I lied." The moment that
I
you lie,
have a very unpopular opinion that I'm about to share with you. I think that you should be able to do that. I think that you should be able to contest having to have legal responsibility for a child that you were tricked into having.
good. I'm glad we're on the same page for once ever in life.
Oh yeah. Y'all thought I was having this conversation without thinking like that? Like really? Yeah, no. I feel like nobody should be able to force somebody into having a child.
Listen,
Nobody.
not on that topic. No, we on the same page with it because I've seen so many cases where I know for a fact that women were trying to trap me and trying to get me to have a baby with them, so I would stay, and I wasn't going for it. I said I'd rather go sleep with myself before I sleep with them.
Okay. Yeah, no. A man that threatens to give me a child is a man that I never saw again. I just want y'all to know that. Every nigga that ever threatened me with that, I've never seen them niggas again. I remember a man that I had engagements with. He didn't say it to me until after we had did stuff, and he was like, "Man, can I ask you something? We've been doing stuff for a while. Where my baby at?" I said, "Huh?" He said, "Man, I just." I said, "Oh, boy, I wouldn't got me a plan B. What you talking about? I always got $50 on me." He said, "What? Oh yeah, listen. For every plan A, there's a plan B, sir. I don't know what you thought this was, but I'm too young to be a baby mama. I can't have no babies with you.
Y'all were engaged. You ain't gonna be no baby mom.
I am young. I can't be nobody's baby mama. I got to get married
You
first.
were the same age.
Child,
I ain't the same age as you."
I had to come back because Professor just bought it out of me, child. Just because that hoe said she on birth control or she took a plan B, that don't mean you still gotta go rock the boat. The fuck?
Hello.
And y'all trying to put it off on women. Be the man to bring the plan B to the party. Fuck you talking about? Why I gotta pay the $50?
I tell my niggas all the time to go ahead, go to McDonald's and get a breakfast sandwich menu. You know, get a breakfast meal from McDonald's and put the plan B in the orange juice. That Minute Maid orange juice, break that thing down real good. Top it in the
Real
orange
quick.
juice, shake it up.
Real
Buy the bitch a
The
big
same
griddle
way
in
you
the
don't want to
orange
get
juice.
trapped. The same way you don't want to get trapped. I'm not getting trapped either. Fuck you talking about? I got them on deck.
Tell him, Fred. Tell him, Fred.
But I buy them in the bulk.
Okay. Because you never know when a condom may pop. Okay. Never know when I have had a man lie to me about putting one on. Like I watched him put it on. I turned around and he took it off. Took it off, went in there, and I'm like, this felt different. And he like, oh, it must have popped. I didn't realize that he was taking them off until probably like the third time we did stuff, and I happened to turn over.
Hell no.
And I'm like, what you
Hell no. I buy them in bulk, baby. You will never trap me.
Yeah, and I politely, but I would always get a plan B afterwards because he said the condom broke. I ain't no sense in us playing no games.
Lotto.
I feel like if you laying down with a woman and you have no intentions on her being the mother of your children, get a vasectomy. Do that. Get a vasectomy. Then you can have all the raw sex you want. Go fix yourself. Don't leave it on the woman.
Mr.
Like,
James, what is you talking about?
control should be a thing. More men should get vasectomies. That's how I feel.
Who you calling the bum? Hello, Archie.
What do you mean can't get a vasectomy? Why again?
What the fuck, Mr. James? What are you talking about? Who you call the bum? And what you talking about on God to? Is this James from Strawberry Law? It sure in the hell is. Somebody please. Oh my God.
Put him in the hallway.
Leave James alone. Nope. Leave James alone. Go ahead, James. I forgot you be talking to yourself. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta restart it. Okay.
I'm trying to be in the conversation too. I know that's right. I
don't even know
think men
who's
should
lying.
get a vasectomy.
Okay, y'all
Go
heard.
snip, snip. Then you can have all the raw sex you want.
That was her mic drop for right now while I reset this box. I also want to change the caption. Hold on. Okay. Why is it not popping up? Oh shit. Did I break it? Do y'all see a day box? Cause I don't. Okay. It had the box up there, like it had the light bulb and stuff, but it wasn't no box.
So with a vasectomy, they won't legally grant you a vasectomy until you have children of your own already, because there are the circumstances of complications that occur when you can get a vasectomy, and whether or not you would actually be able to have children there and afterwards. So they want to make sure that you have children first. Like if I'm 26 years old and I walk into the office and say, hey, go ahead and snip this, pretty much every state. If you walk in,
because that's not true in Wisconsin. I know a young dude in Wisconsin that has that got a vasectomy.
At what age?
26 with no children.
Yeah.
Tim.
Well, from what I've ran into when after I've already had my children and then talking to my doctor and talking about getting a vasectomy, they'll ask you questions, hey, do you want to, really go through this? Why do you want to go through this? They'll make you go through a whole process before they even get to that. They'll ask if you have children. If you don't have children, they can decline offering that service to you.
I mean, I can see it. Like I said, that might be a state by state basis, because in certain states, women also aren't able to get a hysterectomy until get their tubes tied until they have children.
Unless it's medically needed.
Or unless you really need it. Like you can only get a hysterectomy if you really need it. They really don't. They really frown upon cosmetic hysterectomies. Even though there are some women that don't want a kid that bad.
2Gs, you already had kids, correct? Oh, you must be in a state that allows for you just to go do whatever you want to, because you can get it reversed. So for us, it's easier to get reversed.
Mm-hmm. But you have had a child. If you have had a child, it's a lot easier for you.
Well, it's two children they want you to have as women.
I said, if you have had a child, it's a lot easier for you to get it done. Like they're a little bit more willing.
I know females that ain't never had kids before, and they say, you know what, I want a hysterectomy, take all this out of me.
You can't just go get a hysterectomy. And I know that for a fact. I'm a woman, and I have polycystic ovarian disease. That means I have cysts that grow on my ovaries that could possibly kill me. So I had asked about getting a hysterectomy to save my life in the event that happened. And they said the fact of it actually happening is so minute that it would make no sense to do so. So I'm telling you from experience as a woman with ovaries that you can't just go get a hysterectomy. They have requirements that you have to meet.
I'm not a woman.
It has to literally be, most of the time it has to be medically necessary before they'll remove your entire female development system. Because you no longer get periods or anything. Once you gotta really have some shit going on. They more willing to tie your tubes than they is to give you a hysterectomy.
So I don't know another female. I don't know.
Yeah, I happen to have all the equipment. Jiggling my stomach when my ovaries are really down here somewhere.
I'm dead.
They really like over here, like in this like around here-ish.
Can you believe the little little light skinned princess might be 2 months?
Is she still light skinned? She ain't got no darker. Ooh, you have red bone. Get your guns.
Her mama wear
A
bone.
red bone with dimples, you gonna have to shoot people. Strawberry Daddy had it rough.
Yeah. Can't just go get a hysterectomy. There gotta be like I have a weak immune system, so I can and I will. Like I don't take this motherfucker out. Okay,
I
take it
wish
out.
my cramps, the way my cramps feel, I wish they would give it to me. But then it's like, oh, but what if one day I do change my mind and I want to have a baby?
You know, my cyst gets so and my cyst gets so big and it's so painful and it's too much. It's like I said, I will never ever love a man enough to put my life in danger to bring a baby into this world.
Oof. I will. I met a man that I would have a baby for,
Nope.
but I want to marry him. Like that's the thing. Like it's I would love nothing more than to make sure that he is well taken care of for the rest of his life. Because that's also what I feel like is a part of marriage. My grandparents have been married for my entire life. They've been married for over 50 years and they've only ever been with each other. And my granny is who makes sure that my granddad is taken care of. Because
Times were different back then.
yeah, like she makes sure that he eats before everybody eat. His plate is made before everybody can touch anything. Did somebody make daddy plate? See if daddy wants something before y'all go ahead and go in there. Find out if daddy wants something to drink. We can't. My grandfather is well taken care of because my granny said so. Even when it comes down to like seeing older men in nursing homes, the ones that aren't married that had children, they don't get no visitors. It usually be the moms and the grandmas that get visitors. Men are just kind of going like if they even make it to the nursing home.
Right.
Women, children, and animals are the only beings on this earth that get unconditional love.
We're gonna have that debate on another episode because I disagree with that wholeheartedly. But
Um,
this is not the episode to have that debate.
Listen,
That's a good topic. That's a good topic.
women, children, and animals are given unconditional love, and the circumstances in which why that is true for men, unbeknownst to me, and in these circumstances of saying like, hey, like if I'm not a good provider,
I
I'm
need to
not.
go eat some
I bring no value. I have to bring value as a man to be provided with love. If there is no value to me, there is no unconditional love.
I don't agree with that because technically everybody is somebody's child. So women, children, and animals.
You stop being a
But
child at
listen,
some point.
but listen, because there are mothers who still love their sons to the day that they die. They are 80 years old and they're still taking care of their sons. That even that man, I know everybody's seen that court case where that man was driving his son to dialysis and the man was like 80 some years old and his son was like 60 some years old and he couldn't see and he was driving his son to dialysis and he got pulled over and they excused his ticket and he was 80 some years old still taking care of his adult old enough to be a grandfather's son
That stands on
who had not had
that
children.
but that still stands on the same standpoint. That man was bringing value on both sides of it. That father was providing for their child, and so he's providing something. That child for that father is just being seen as a child in itself. That's it. But in the circle,
But he's still a man. You were about to say, in the eyes of the law, you're an adult at 21. he's 60 years old and he's still a child to his father.
He's still a child to his father. So I feel like you just saying stuff to say stuff, Professor, because you just contradicted yourself so bad.
Like fast.
So bad. No, it's you know, yesterday when we was in Strawberry's Live and she was saying what's something that people think about you that's not true, and you was like that you're argumentative. I think that was a lie.
You now see that how that can
I
happen.
see it. I see it. Because you're refusing. You just contradicted yourself. Men, women, and children get unconditional love. That man is that man's child. So he loves him unconditionally because he's his child, not because he's bringing value to his. He's not doing the things for his son because he has to. He's doing the things for his son because he wants to. He loves that. He loves his son.
And you think his son doesn't love him unconditionally as his father? So the condition is him being a father? Then
right.
If that in that case, then the condition of a child being loved is them being a child.
Right, exactly.
So then children don't get unconditional love because that's a condition. A woman doesn't get unconditional love unless a man loves her. Like women have their and I always hate that idea that there's unconditional love because there's a bunch of conditions that women have to meet before they're even plausible to be loved.
Yeah,
you have to be attractive to someone. That's
we should put conditions on our love to protect ourselves because if we don't, and you get used, abused, and thrown the fuck away.
Men are not out here picking the woman that was born the same day as them and was like, well, we were born together, we're gonna die together. They are picking the woman that they are attracted to. Attraction is a condition.
Correct.
So first and foremost, no, that's not what I was going to say in terms of age making them an adult. That child is a child, not father's eyes, and that's the reason why they're receiving love. That's what I was going to say because they see them as a child still. That's a whole different perspective. But in terms of looking at the societal standpoints, right? Mother's Day, number one holiday overall, right? Where do you think Father's Day falls?
Father's Day is the number one holiday to me. Look at what we did for y'all on Father's Day.
I ain't talking about to you. I'm
like, well, look at what we did for y'all on Father's Day. You don't feel like you were appreciated as a father this year?
Listen. To say that I was appreciated for a one-time circumstances doesn't exclude the fact that there were so many other fathers who were not included into that circumstance.
But
in this,
circumstance
my
doesn't
point
match
is
mine because where I'm from in Milwaukee, they have a Father's Day picnic every year, and it's one of the biggest events in Milwaukee.
Is it bigger
every
than Mother's
man,
Day?
Every man, woman, and child converges on the park.
Is it bigger than Mother's Day?
Yes, they don't have a big event for Mother's Day. Everybody do something for their own fucking mama. The Father's Day thing is the thing. It's a big ass party. They have a car show. They have a Father's Day award. They even fucking Daddy Donuts with Dad is one of the biggest things in the city. They have whole ass have photo shoots when it's time for Donuts with Dad and the father-daughter dances. They don't have mother-son dances. They have mother-daughter dances. The father-daughter dances are a huge fucking event. Anytime a dad is being a dad, it's looked at like, whoa, a mother is supposed to be a mother. A man being a father is this big ass to do because a lot of men aren't.
To provide, right?
No, I said to do as far as it's a big ass thing. Like it's a big showcase because it's so many men that aren't fathers that when men are fathers, it's this big, it's like seeing a fucking meteor shower. Like, oh, a bunch of men taking care of their kids. Look how many times niggas that went viral for being a dude with his friends in the house with his baby. Like look at them all chopping it up with the baby. Like it's a big ass thing when niggas be dads because there's so many niggas that weren't dads. But everybody mama is a mama. That's not impressive.
Facts. No bullshit. I'm in Wisconsin, so motherfuckers out here, it's a 50-50 chance.
No, when I said a to-do, I meant like an event. I don't mean a to-do as in like to provide. A to-do is also a reference to an event.
And being a father, it isn't about It's about being there for the small things. All that big shit, no. It's about being there for the small things. No bullshit. Like getting them into private school, okay, that that's cool, my boy. But it's about the small things. It's about seeing them grow up, their first word, their first walk. They all the, it's the small things that matter. For real, for real. You getting them into private school, okay, that's kudos to you. But to actually be to actually label yourself a father and your kids know that you doing the best that you possibly humanly can, that's all that matter, bro. All that money and shit don't mean nothing, bro. Realize
And I
shit.
feel like to say that that men don't get unconditional love, it negates the fact that everyone is someone's child. That same man has a mother who loves him because he is her son. So you can't say that men don't get unconditional love. Some men don't get unconditional love because they don't have any value. They
Fact.
don't have a value. They're not of a value to someone.
But every person is someone's child. So,
Right.
but why do they have
The
to bring
only
value?
people that
Why
don't,
do
in
those
my
people?
eyes, the only people that don't
So,
have it is somebody who don't have a
so,
parent.
so why do what? Who doesn't have a parent?
Out here who don't have parents.
Immaculately was just boop, there they are.
Nowadays they making chickens in a factory. So yes,
We don't make
absolutely.
clothes.
They probably
We
got
got
some niggas that
clothes
just
out here
pop
walking
it
down
up.
the street.
For all we know, we got some clones out here right now. I watched they clone Tyrone. It's a bunch of people out here without parents. You don't know.
That
You
is
don't know.
that's funny. But in the circumstances of men, we on average have to provide and bring value to get the same respect and love that are just given to women, children, and to animals.
But you can't say that because an ugly woman with no who doesn't provide any services is not cared for by anybody. Women have to, so you can't say that men are are this minority that is required to have some type of value. Every person is required to have some type of value in order to be of importance. They have to have it, it's not a man or woman thing, it's a person thing. You have to have some type of value. If you don't bring something to the table, nobody cares about you. Everybody has conditions. Even when it comes to parents, if you are disrespectful to your parents on a regular basis, they are not going to always care about you. Think about like how often does that happen? Like,
They,
motherfucker, if
they
you've been disrespecting me your whole life, I don't got shit for you.
you still love them regardless.
Some people won't. There's some people that cut their kids off and never talk to them again. There's some people who jet set around the world and act like they don't have children. Look at Brian McKnight. Please look at Brian McKnight. He literally unclaimed all of his kids from before this marriage he's in right now. Publicly said that his children that he has right now with his new wife are the only children he's ever had. He had another baby and named him Brian McKnight Jr., even though he has a son that's name is Brian McKnight Jr. that's almost 40 years old. Like, you still have someone that loves you unconditionally. They're just not here anymore. Yeah, I think you still have someone that loves you unconditionally. If you have siblings, if your parents had parents, your parents were still here and they still loved you, even if they aren't here anymore. They still were here, and that love that hasn't gone anywhere. That it doesn't dissipate. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It's in everything. It's in every time you take a breath because that unconditional love shaped you as the person that you are. So regardless, you still have that unconditional love because it's a part of your development. It doesn't go away because the person isn't there. It's still a part of who you are. It's still a part of how situations occur for you. And situations that will kill other people that you make it through, that ain't nothing but unconditional love probably coming from somewhere a little bit closer to the man that can do something about it versus people on the earthly plane. It's a bunch of stuff that happens from the unconditional love you get from your spirit guides than the ones you get on the earth.
Facts. Just like some people don't know what unconditional love is because they was never taught how to love. They was never taught what love was growing up. So when they get older and they go out into the world and they want to date and all that, they don't know how to love nobody because they was never taught it growing up. When you got unconditional love growing up, no bullshit. You you know how to love somebody the right way. And
Absolutely.
you don't just slang that word around to everybody. You don't just say, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love." Like, no, bruh.
And I think like experiencing unconditional love lets you know that it's a possible that it's something that is available to every human being just based off of how they interact in the world. Like
Exactly.
people who have experienced it know how to give it out. People who have experienced it have no problem giving it out. Because I know I love a bunch of people because of who they are. I know that there's a bunch of people that I love, not romantically love, but that I love in the biblical or spiritual sense of love. Like I would be devastated if something were to happen to you and you don't have to do anything for me. You've already
Fact.
done what you needed to do by coming into my life. I
Fact.
love you because of who you are and what you do.
Facts.
Whether that be just you waking up in the morning, you speaking to me. That if you consider having to talk to me as a condition, then I guess I don't love you unconditionally. Because yeah, I want to talk to you. I love because I love you. I want to talk to you because I love
Facts.
you. I wanna make sure you're okay.
Facts.
Like and it's unconditional because if, as long as you remain yourself, I'm gonna always have the same love for you. And
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't be anybody but yourself. So if
Mm-hmm.
the only condition to me loving you is you remaining who you are, then I love you unconditionally because you never gonna not be who you are. Who you are
Facts.
might grow and it might change, but you still gonna be you.
I think this would be a really great topic. I think we'll have some fun with this.
Yeah. I think we had a really good conversation today in general. Like this 2 hours. It's almost been 2 hours. Like we've been. Whew.